Hey guys, MUR-LOCK 68 here. Hope everybody's doing well. Got a 50mm Sargent padlock, 9mm shackle with an LFIC core in it. And you can see the keyway there. Now, opens beautifully. It actually opens in both directions. Control only opens to the left. Not sure I've seen another one that does that. So it's to the left, not to the right. So if you're picking clockwise, you're not going to mistakenly hit the control shear line. But if you're trying to get either or, you're going to go counterclockwise, which is what I'm going to do. Let's see if I can get into this. This is pretty old. Had it for a long time. It was actually polished down a little too much because I don't see any other marking on it, but it's well over 20 plus years old, so I can't really say. So let's give it a shot, see if we can get either or. Not liking that at all. Let's see what this bottom keyway looks like here. Not investigate. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a pain in the ass. I just don't know if you can get this in there. Okay, let's try that counterclockwise. So I do have tension there. If I go this way, I've got better tension, but my chances are just for operating only. So, yeah, I've got good tension from the bottom. So let's give that a shot. Feel this out. It's a first pick on this, so I'm not. Pins are kind of. Actually, pins are moving well. Okay, binder on 3. Okay, there's a click there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and check to see if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe a 6 pin. Okay, that's something there out of 2. 1 is loose. 2, 3. Tension's fairly fairly light. A little bit of movement there. Shit, now I can't get my pick past that pin. Yeah. Okay, so I've done something there. So what I'm gonna do, hopefully, maybe momentarily, just gonna swap tensioners. Keep that on there like that. Let's see if I can get under this pin. I think I got under it, but it was number 4 that was bound up. Just gonna go a little bit lighter. Just let off a little bit. Check out pin 1. See, my buddy is home upstairs. I actually just got home from work, so thinking about going back to bottom of the keyway here. Thinking there might be spool in here. I notice that the core flops around, but now I wonder if that's I've definitely got a binding pin here. Just gotta find me the right pick. Yeah, I've got a fault set on this thing. Yeah, I've definitely got a fault set. As soon as I get to pin number 5, everything is seized up here. Okay. This is strange because I've got very light tension and there's no sign of the core wanting to bounce back. Oh shit. Almost lost my tension in there. Okay, let me just go back to where I originally was. Let's see if I can get anything. I can't get anything at all out of that pin. It's pin number 6. It's just my daughter saying hello. Might have to reset this thing. God. I do and I don't want to do that, but let me see. I've got no tension on this thing right now. Just manually rotated it back just slightly. Fucking bound solid. I just lost my fault set now. Let me take that chance, right? Yeah, I lost my fault set. Maybe not. Maybe not a real fault set. See a little bit of movement already in that core. if you guys saw that cord just spring forward, just being held by the cam actuator. So a little bit lighter on the tension. Okay. Got nothing. Try a counter. Four, five. Click out of 1, 2, 4 is binding now. 3 was still springy. That's a little bit there. I might have to make an adjustment here to this tensioner. Yeah, I'm not happy the way this tensioner is. Use this one, I'm going to lose too much space. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. And I was able to get it to control, I believe. Let me just see. Yeah, there it is. So I was able to pick it to control, guys. You guys can see it there. I think this can be gutted. I think it can be gutted traditionally. So I'm gonna risk that. Like I said, this is, I'll be surprised if it's not closer to 25 years. I'll show you guys the inside. Everything's pretty much brand new. Inside anyway, it had a lot of dings and stuff on the outside. So I have to be careful here now. So this might be a slower gut than we're used to. I'm going to lock that up. I'm going to pull that off first. I'm going to actually take the operating key and let's see what kind of setup we have here, because I might not be able to run this through. I might be setting myself up for disaster here, because the shim is fairly tight. So I want to see which follower. Okay, so that one does not fit. And if we have the same problem as I had previous with the best, okay. Okay, so far so good. Just gotta be really careful. Okay, so there's a 6-pinner. Okay. I don't see anything special. Everything had to be touched at some point. So let's have a look at this. Yeah, standard pins, standard pins, standard pins, standard pins, standard pins, and standard pins. Okay. Now, this is where you have to really be careful. So, beautiful. I've got my shim there. I'm going to see what comes out of chamber 1. I want to cut this for you guys, so that's why I'm going, but I won't be surprised if it's all standard. Okay. And then you'll have a couple of chambers that I believe it'll be 3 and, I don't know, it might be 3 and 4 that have the extra pins in it. It should. Or the wafers, so that's 2. Just going to be really careful here. So that's on top, and here's the extra pin that we talked about. Okay, so that's going to go first. So as I said, it's in position 3 like I suspected, with a very, very tiny, that's homemade, that's a half spring. Okay, so I'm expecting something like that either in 4. So let me just make sure. The key is that you take these things out in the right order. And we have the master wafer on top. And what do we got here? Okay, and we've got the large pin there. Gonna try to get the spring out. I'm gonna be going really slow here, guys. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back this back in. To be on the safe side, I'll collect that spring after, so we don't make any mistakes. So this will be pin number 6. It should be a single pin, and it is. Look for a little bit of help from King Street Rob on this. Typically, I believe it's 2 chambers, typically 3 and 4, that will set up your control key. And so I'm looking just for 1 spring now. So I do see the spring. There's the cam actuator in the middle. And I just got to be really careful here and get this spring out. Typically it's going to be another half spring. I guess they did it to balance out the okay. I will leave photographs of this, guys. Typically you can gut these from the top, but if you're careful enough and you have the right follower, and the reason I say that is if you don't have the right follower and you've got that little gap there and you've got those tiny wafers, now this is not a bad size wafer, that's where things start to go to the shits, because you don't know exactly where everything went. So I've gutted it. Let me just I'm going to show you this first. Okay, and that's the actuator there. So basically it's going to come out to the side, as you can see it there once you go to control, and it's only to the left on this one. Okay, so that's that. That's an interesting keyway. Your typical 50,000s will not fit in there. Now I'm just going to try to lift this very slowly, keep everything in order. It was all standard pins with chambers 3 and 4 running your control key. And feel free to, if I've made any mistakes, you'll see the little tiny springs there. I'm going to show you the, let's see here. So I'll show you the control key. It's a pretty nasty looking key. Actually, what I'm going to do for you, let's just hang on there. I will try to put these keys side by side and give you guys so the top one will be the operating, bottom one will be the control. Okay, so your top one, let me just make sure, yeah. Sorry, yeah, the top one is operating. Let me just try it here. Yeah, so the top one is operating, and the bottom one is control. So I guess it was pretty good odds that you would hit control, but they're both nasty either way. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to put the keys here. You'll see the control one in the photo on the bottom and the operating one on the top. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. We're successful in picking it to control today, and possibly I'll bring it back and try to get it to operating at some point. Appreciate your support. Leave a comment and subscribe, and thank you very much, and watch for the photos in the end. Thank you.